Hello YouTubers, this is Stevie the Scotsman. I am troubleshooting a performance issue on a 99 Escort. There is no Schrader valve on this vehicle, which makes it kind of a pain in the butt. I'm just going to show you some of the bits and bobs that I picked up and how to actually connect it up, so that if you're going in here for the first time, you're pretty savvy. While I'm in there, I'm just going to replace the fuel filter. So first of all, I did have a fuel injection test kit with a Schrader valve, but I wasn't really doing the job. I just went to Harbour Freight and I picked up this fuel injection pump tester. It's actually item 92699. It's like 20 bucks. And you see it comes with these adapters, a couple of unions, and it'll come with this gauge. Now, what I would suggest is pick up some 1/4 inch fuel line, because what we're going to do is when we get to the vehicle, you see we're going to connect one end to the rail and one to the fuel filter, and we're basically going to put this in line. What I also needed to do was pick up some adapters here. You can see this barb 1/4 inch here goes to a 1/4 inch diameter fuel line goes to this, like, I think it's like a 1/4 inch NPT. So you can see there's a T-piece on each of here. The fuel line will come from the filter here. Fuel line will come from the rail. There's a 1/4 inch coupling, and I'm actually going to use this existing gauge. So basically I'm going to tee this in. I actually bought these at Harbour Freight, these couplings. As I said, the 1/4 inch, they're like 2 or 3 bucks. I also went out and I bought this connector kit. It's Leo. I think it's a 37000, and it's pretty much like a cheap and cheerful disconnect one. They do sell this at Harbour Freight, but the Leo one has like a little bit larger sizes. Now for this Escort, you're going to need a 3/4 inch. And this is really just for information. I actually decided just to take this fuel filter outlet off of here. This is, you can see this is the original one that was on there. I'm just going to replace this with actual a hose, and I'm going to replace the fuel filter. And just to clarify it, the fuel, there's an arrow on here, so when you replace this, you see, I don't know if it's apparent here, obviously you're going to go in the direction of the flow. So basically from the bottom of the vehicle there's a connection like this that will come in with 2 of these little white snap rings, one on either side and then one on the top. And so the problem is, the biggest problem you're going to have is getting the bottom of this fuel filter off, and you're pretty much going to have to just go in there, under there, and basically dig around and get this plastic pin off of there to pull it off. It's character building stuff, it's tough. So with this all being said, let's just go to the top of the vehicle and I'll just give you some more information. So as you can see, what I've actually done is I've purchased a 1/4 inch fuel line. It's ready for fuel injection systems, 150 psi or whatever. So what I've done is I stripped down the old coupling here, and I'm just actually going to replace it with decent fuel line. Now Dorman do sell replacements for this coupling, but use the original. The machining on the one that they give you is absolute pants. Now I just want to go over this for some people. You guys have maybe never used these disconnects. So really what you do is this, the larger side has, you can see that spring in there. So the purpose of this is you're actually going to go in here and squeeze this together, push it down, and then this will release the actual spring on here, and you can then disconnect from the top here. Now on the filter, you see I've just actually connected it here with some cable ties here at the moment. It will come, the old one will have one of these fuel filter hoses with an actual white clip, and you just pull out the clip. So I'm just going to keep my trusty assistant, just keep your camera on there, and I'll bring up the T connector, and I'll just verify the best way to check the pressure. So really, I'm not bringing everything up here, but you can see now that I have this set up, in the future if I want to check the pressure, I'm just going to take that cable tie off of here. I'm going to go down there and release the inertia switch to get rid of the fuel pressure. The inertia switch is just below the fuse box on the driver's side. So basically I'm just going to hook this in here. Now that I have this set up, this will go into the one side of the fuel line, and this one I'll connect a piece of fuel line to here, and then this will go into here. It's pretty much self-evident how this thing attaches. There's not a lot of information out there on how to disconnect this fuel filter. The hardest part, as I said, guys, is getting the bottom of this puppy off. You can see this is pretty self-explanatory. There is a like a union here that you actually have to disconnect. Now, I hope this helps you. As I said, ideally this vehicle should have a Schrader valve. It does not, so I took this approach. Hey, this is my 2 cents. There's probably other guys have different ways of implementing this, but as I said, you're in here. I needed to check the fuel pressure, and I'm actually just going to go in there and actually change the filter while I'm here. So hey, if this has been any help to you, then send me a buck or two. Me and my missus run an organisation called Helping the Humble. So hey, take care, all the best. This is Stevie the Scotsman signing off.